At this time, I'll ask you to stand for the playing of the national anthem and the presentation of the colors by the regional color guard.
Attention. Carry colors. Present colors. Uniform officer. Present on.
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Carry colors. Uniform officer. Order. On. Order. Colors. Ready. Cut. Parade. Rest.
May be seated. Thank you. Thank you, Regional Color Guard. The arch is an iconic symbol for our community and recognized nationally. It is only fitting that we use this symbol to show our gratitude and commitment to keeping your officers' legacy alive. The turning of the arch blue doesn't stop here in Reno, Washoe County, or even the state of Nevada. It is a national sign of support to you, the survivors, those currently working in law enforcement, and to honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty. The first Turning of the Arch Blue event was held 12 years ago. Turning of the Arch Blue is our version of Project Blue Light, which began in 1988 when the mother-in-law of a Philadelphia police officer put blue lights in her window during the holiday season to honor her son-in-law who was killed in the line of duty. The color blue is symbolic of peace. By displaying blue lights, we send a message that we support America's law enforcement officers and hope that the year will be peaceful. The arch will remain blue through the month of May. We encourage our community to also show their support by lighting a blue light outside of their homes during the month of May. We also have a couple other local events. The Nevada Law Enforcement Memorial Ceremony will be this Thursday, May 5th at the Nevada State Capitol from 1 p.m. till 3 p.m. The ceremony honors peace officers who have been killed in the line of duty in the state of Nevada since 1861. We will also have the annual James D. Hoff Memorial Ceremony that will be held this Friday, May 6th at Idlewild Park in Reno at 10 a.m. until noon. The Hoff Memorial was the first state memorial recognizing officers who have died in the line of duty in Nevada. I'd like to give a special thanks to Eddie Lorton for his generous donation this year in turning the arch blue. And before turning it over to Chief Soto, I want to humbly thank all of our surviving families, friends, and behalf of all law enforcement for the time that we got to spend with your officers and for allowing us the honor to turn the arch blue for them. Chief Soto.
Well, good evening. Thank you all so much for being here. I got a chance a little bit earlier tonight to speak with many of our surviving family members. And it's very, very special for me to be able to share conversations with all of you and really to celebrate your loved ones' lives. This event, this Lighting the Arch Blue, it has a special place in my heart because it's a little bit different. And what I mean by that is the celebrating the lives of those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, and then their families and their family members. So I thank you all so much for being here tonight, and thank you for all the sacrifice that you've made over so many years. So now on to my speech, my actual speech. Good evening. Thank you all for being here tonight to turn our arch blue and to pay respect to those who have made the ultimate sacrifice through service. Recognizing all of these men and women is such an honor for me to be able to do this with all of you, and for the men and women of this profession with us tonight. So on behalf of all of the men and women of the Reno Police Department, I would first like to thank and recognize all of the family members in attendance. Thank you to our wonderful community for always supporting the work we do to keep our community safe. Tonight, all of us are very humbled to stand alongside you, our family, and all of those who have lost their loved ones through the ultimate sacrifice and duty, through duty and service. To date, there have been 99 line of duty deaths in 2022. And if we go back to 2021, there were a total of 616 line of duty deaths, for a total of 715 line of duty deaths of law enforcement officers since we last met underneath this downtown arch, which is really just an unreal number. The job that we do every day, all of you know, is dangerous. It's a dangerous job. It just is. These men and women, they continue to confront that danger and carry out their oath so that all of those in our community can feel safe. Each one of these men and women swore that oath to protect and serve at all costs, while also having the ability to show kindness, compassion, strength, and even hope when others may not. As I've stated at every one of these events, the men and women in law enforcement within this community really draw our resolve and our strength from all of you. We really, truly do. When we suit up every day in the locker room, go out for a 10-hour shift, the sacrifices that your family members made help us through our shifts. And if you go over the last 2 years, it helped us a whole lot. So thank you. You're an inspiration to all of us. We also understand that nobody's faced adversity every single day as much as all of you have. They just haven't. I also want to thank some individuals that have joined us tonight. I want to start off with Northern Nevada Cops. Northern Nevada Cops, concerns of police survivors, have really supported families and police, not just on Memorial Week. They do it every day throughout the year. So I want to give a big thank you to all of them. I want to thank Sparks Police Department, Washoe County Sheriff's Office, UNR Police Department, Nevada State Police, Carson City Sheriff's Office. I'm not sure if I saw school police, but I think I did tonight. Yeah, actually I did. School police. And then any agencies that have shown up tonight. I want to thank you for being here for these families. I also want to thank our Mayor Sheevy for being here tonight and always taking time out for families. We've lost those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice, and Councilwoman Weber, who's also joined us tonight. Thank you for being here. In closing, I'll be recognizing several officers whose loved ones are here with us. Oh, I should go back to the beginning of my speech. So today we have members of the Hashimoto family with us, the Schofield family with us, and the Bohatch family with us. All three of those individuals lost their lives in the line of duty and I'm going to recognize them in a moment here. But I just wanted to recognize all the families and say thank you for being here. It means a lot to the men and women in blue to pay respects and be able to spend time with you and your families. All right. So in closing, I'm going to recognize several officers whose loved ones are here with us and some who are not. And then I'll turn it over to the respective chiefs and sheriffs in attendance to recognize officers of their respective agencies. So from the Reno Police Department, Patrolman Charles A. Brown, end of watch, November 10th, 1907. Sergeant Alan A. Glass, end of watch, November 8th, 1947. Captain Leroy J. Geach, end of watch, November 8th, 1947. Patrolman Harry P. Brown, end of watch, September 26th, 1905. Officer Ross Peterson, end of watch, September 11th, 1931. Patrolman Wilson Fugate, end of watch, July 2nd, 1929. Auxiliary Officer Michael J. Mills, end of watch, January 18th, 1969. Patrolman James Dwayne Hoff, end of watch, June 25th, 1979. Patrolman Glenn William Bill Turner, end of watch, December 29th, 1979. Officer Keith Hashimoto, end of watch, March 29th, 1996. Officer John C. Bohatch, end of watch, August 22nd, 2001. Officer Michael Robert Schofield, end of watch, September 26th, 2002. Officer Scott Sorensen, end of watch, August 26th, 2013. And finally, I want to recognize and mention, because he does have an open claim with the Reno Police Department, Officer Al Delvecchio. Thank you all for the ultimate sacrifice. Y'all mean very much to me. I'm going to turn this over now to Sheriff Balen.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here. We come together here this evening to honor and celebrate the lives of the heroes who lost their lives protecting our community. The ultimate sacrifice of giving one's life for another should not be forgotten. In the history of the Washington County Sheriff's Office, 6 deputies have paid the price with their lives. Deputy Sheriff Harry Sweeney, end of watch, August 12, 1935. Deputy Sheriff Earl Griffith, end of watch, April 29th, 1947. Lieutenant Glenn Barnes, end of watch, March 19th, 1991. Deputy Sheriff Franklin Minnie Sr., end of watch, June 1st, 1997. Deputy Sheriff John Weinberg II, end of watch, May 11th, 2004. And Deputy Sheriff Jared Orsi, end of watch, February 17th, 2022. I say these names of these heroes so they are remembered. Their sacrifice to our community should never be taken for granted. And I'm absolutely honored to be here tonight with several of the surviving families of those brave men. And I'd like to acknowledge a couple from the Sheriff's Office. I think they're in attendance, the Minnie family, the Weiberg family, and unfortunately, the most recent one that we lost, Deputy Jared Orsi's family in the back. Thank you for being here today. Please note that the names and memories of your fallen loved ones resonate through the Sheriff's Office, and our community remains grateful for their service and sacrifice. Behind every badge is a mother, father, a friend, or a neighbor. The men and women who put on the uniform every day are an integral part of our community. These individuals come from diverse backgrounds and go through life the same as most. However, at some point in their life, they chose to stand out. They chose to stand for what is right in a world full of wrong. It takes courage to take this kind of stand. It takes bravery not to back down. Yet at the same time, it takes kindness and compassion to see the good through all the bad. Law enforcement officers should be lauded for the challenges they face daily and their selfless sacrifices to the community. May is the month we celebrate law enforcement officers in the United States. And while this is limited to one month, I would implore you to celebrate, encourage, and support our men and women in uniform all year long. And I'll read a couple other names since they are not here today. Elko Police Department, Patrolman Clyde Waters, end of watch, February 20th, 1975. Elko County Sheriff's Office, Sergeant Travis Mackey, end of watch, November 29th, 1997. And Deputy Denny Van Lawrence, end of watch, January 17th, 2012. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. I'd ask Chief Crawford from the Sparks Police Department.
Good evening, and thank you for being here tonight. The Sparks Police Department has lost one officer in the nearly 100 years of service to the city of Sparks. Officer Larry Johnson, end of watch, May 22nd, 1995. What I want to share with Larry is a thank you to all of our officers and our deputies, because what Larry did is what happens every single day in our agencies. Larry had ended his shift, was back at the police station, and was getting ready to go home. He heard a violent call for service, and he went back out to help his brothers and sisters and never returned home. So thank you to all of our officers and deputies that I know do that every single shift. I have the honor of remarking on a few other agencies as well. Lyon County Sheriff's Office, Deputy George Rice, end of watch, June 1st, 1984. Deputy Michael Serenko, end of watch, February 26, 2004. Deputy John King, end of watch, October 8, 2021. Mineral County Sheriff's Office, Sergeant Richard Wilson, end of watch, July 25, 1994. Lander County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Lawrence Schmitling, end of watch, September 21st, 1964. Corporal Ignacio Romero, end of watch, November 7th, 2021. Thank you.
From the UNO Police Department, I have Lieutenant Durham.
On behalf of the University Police Department and Chief Eric James, I want to thank you all for allowing us to participate in this great event. From the University of Nevada, Reno Police Department, Sergeant George Daniel Sullivan, end of watch, January 13th, 1998. Office Thomas A. Berner, end of watch, December 6th, 1968. Now some agencies. Pershing County Sheriff's Office, Deputy Don Hoffenroth, end of watch, October 20th, 2021. Immigration and Naturalization Service, Special Agent Anthony Minetto, end of watch, January 27th, 1997. Bureau of Indian Affairs, Officer Crichton Spencer, end of watch, March 25th, 2001. Fallon Paiute Shoshone Tribal Police Department, Officer Adam Munoz, end of watch, July 4th, 2007.
From the Department of Public Safety, Captain Roth.
Good evening. I'm honored to be here tonight. I want to thank everybody. It's just an amazing outpouring of support from not only the families, but the citizens and law enforcement community. On behalf of the state of Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, Trooper Micah David May, end of watch, July 29th, 2021. Sergeant Benjamin Jenkins, end of watch, March 27th, 2020. Trooper Kara Kelly Borgononi, end of watch, February 28th, 2008. Trooper Carlos Borland, end of watch, December 1st, 1993. Trooper Daniel Mark Peterson, end of watch, June 18th, 1992. Trooper Gary Gifford, end of watch, October 14th, 1975. And lastly, from our department, Trooper Robert Russell McGuire, end of watch May 16th, 1961. My next two, Nevada State Prison Corrections Officer Greg Farnsworth, end of watch April 21st, 2009. And this last one is an out-of-state individual who lost their life in the line of duty but has friends and family locally here in the Reno area. State of Washington, Grant County Sheriff Deputy John Mark Bernard, end of watch January 3rd, 2010. Thank you.
From the Carson City Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Earl.
Thank you all for being here tonight. This is truly an honor. Mayor Sheevy, thank you for being the guardian of the most iconic arch in northern Nevada. It really, really is a symbol of everything that we are here with today. I could not be more humbled to stand in front of you. It is our responsibility that your loved ones are never forgotten. And so I consider this a privilege. To Rachel, our arms are always around you. We will never forget you, nor Carl's children. From the Carson City Sheriff's Office, Deputy Sheriff Carl Howell, end of watch August 15th, 2015. Deputy Sheriff Daniel McDaniel, end of watch June 19th, 1963. Officer of then Carson City Police Department, Vernon Brooks Carvin, end of watch October 31st, 1949. Sheriff Timothy Smith, end of watch December 17th, 1867. And finally, Sheriff William Blackburn, end of watch in 1861. Sheriff Blackburn's name appears on the memorial in Carson City as the first name, losing his life just across the street from that memorial. I invite everyone to attend the memorial this Thursday at 1 o'clock at the Nevada State Capitol. Thank you.
And we're going to have Deputy Chief Robinson from the Reno Police Department. I'll be reading the names of officers who lost their lives in the line of duty outside of the state of Nevada, but who have ties to the city of Reno, Sparks, or Washington County. The first one's Douglas County. Deputy Edward Ronald Callahan, end of watch, March 24th, 1998. Tuolumne County Sheriff Deputy David Paul Grant, end of watch, May 31st, 2004. Rockland Police Officer Matthew Redding, end of watch, October 9th, 2005. Kern County Sheriff Deputy William Hudnall Jr., end of watch, November 14th, 2006. Galt Police Officer Kevin Ton, end of watch, January 15th, 2013. Placer County Deputy Michael David Davis Jr., end of watch, October 24th, 2014. Hayward Police Sergeant Scott Longer, end of watch, July 22nd, 2015. Tuscaloosa, Alabama Police Officer Trevor Scott Phillips, end of watch, May 21st, 2011. Then we'll have the last couple that we'll read here. We also have from the Walker River Tribal Police Department, Officer Ray East, end of watch, December 19th, 2021. And also, again, from this area that we have family members and friends from the state of Texas, Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Jesse Valdez III, end of watch, October 29th, 2014. Also from the Harris County Sheriff's Department, Darren Goforth, end of watch, September 28th, 2015. And Sheriff's Deputy Sandeep Dhaliwal, end of watch, September 27th, 2019. like to now welcome the family of Officer Michael Schofield up to the arch.
Can't read colors. Present colors. Uniform personnel. Present. Mark. Can't read colors. Uniform personnel. Order. On. Honor guard. Right. Face. Sir. March.
On behalf of the Reno Police Department, thank you all for coming out tonight. Have a good evening.